Assalamu alaikum and a warm welcome to School Matters this evening. As you've seen in, the image above, tonight's show is packed with inspiration, celebration, and community spirit. We have an exciting lineup prepared just for you, a program that highlights not only the brilliance within our schools, but also teachers, parents, dedicated learners. School Matters is all about shining a light on people and stories that keep education alive. And tonight we'll take that to another level. We will be announcing the winning schools of our motivational letter competition, schools whose learners deserve support and recognition. Their words remind us that behind every school gate is a dream, a struggle, and a future worth investing in. But that's not all. Tonight, we will go beyond the awards. We'll talk about how every citizen, yes, every one of us, can contribute to building a better school, uplifting education, and shaping environments where our children can thrive, whether it's through volunteer work, supporting school initiatives, or simply showing interest in a child's learning journey. Each action makes a difference. So stay with us, settle in, and let's the journey together. Let's go through stories of motivation, transformation, and community empowerment. Because at the end of the day, school really does matter. Our winning schools came out tops with powerful motivational letters, heartfelt stories, powerful motivation, showing why their learners truly deserve these vouchers, especially highlighting the tough financial challenges they face, their families and parents face. Real voices, real needs, and today, real impact. Our winning schools wrapping up the 2025 school year by giving back initiatives. 100 learners in KZN per winning school will each receive a complete uniform set, from shirts to shoes, 500 Rand gift voucher. 100 learners in KZN. The original poster did not have 100 learners. It had learners will be receiving vouchers. And the MEC spokesperson for education, Mr. Muzi Mshlambi, messaged me privately, telling me, Comrade Sumaya, why do you have 5 vouchers? How many vouchers are you going to give? So I told him about 100. So he told me, do you know, Radio Ansaar School Matters will be making a change in 100 families. So you put there 100 learners. So if you're listening in, Mr. Muzi Mshlambi, I took your advice and I said 100 learners in KZN. So I think he's the spokesperson for education, so he knows how media works. Our winning schools are going to be announced. If you've seen the posters on social media going around, our winning schools were Centenary High, Springfield Hindu, Clearville Primary, Charles Hugo Primary, Hillgrove Primary, Anjuman, and West Park School. So congratulations to all the schools. We have representatives, we have governing body members, we have educators, we have principals from these schools who took the time to be here, especially with the really crazy weather, all seasons in one day. But the year. And there you have it, folks. Our winning schools come out tops with powerful motivation and a letter, heartfelt stories showing why their learners truly deserve these vouchers, especially highlighting the tough financial situations and challenges faced. Real voices, real needs, and today, real impact. Yes, assalamu alaikum. Good evening, and everyone, welcome to School Matters. Yes, we have a full house. We have from all the schools. We have Centenary High, Springfield Hindu, Clearville Primary, Charles Hugo Primary, Hillgrove Primary, Anjuman and West Park. This is the first batch of winning schools. It was quite difficult to decide because There were so many schools, and we had a team of dedicated admin officials of Radio Ansaar who chose the winning schools. Yes, so welcome to School Matters, everyone. I can see we also have, and we have the co-host that just walked in, Veronica. You told me you cannot come because you're babysitting 4 dogs. That's me, yeah, 5. So, you know what? Looks like next year when we're doing this, we're definitely going to take it into a conference hall. Yes. So, tell me, how does it feel when the message was sent to you guys that you won the 5 vouchers? That's 2,500 Rand for your learners. How did it feel?
It was, the parents were very ecstatic. We were very ecstatic. Our kids really suffer. Some of them don't have, school shoes. They come with torn shoes or tackies, and we can't even be fussy and say, where are your school shoes? Because they really can't afford it. So they were absolutely thrilled and they can't wait.
Okay. Didn't you feel like you also wanted to win something?
Yes.
You are from Primary
Ridge Primary.
Okay. And where about that school is?
Right at the bottom of Reservoir Hills by the Amgeni River. We are in the valley.
In the valley. So what are those things you normally find? I know when I studied at UGW, when you're driving, you'll see they look like crocodiles, iguanas.
Iguanas, yes.
Are they still there?
We're known as Mamba Valley.
Oh, Mamba
Yes.
Valley. Do you know what? I don't know when last I heard that. When someone told you they lived in Reservoir Hills, and you can be sarcastic, I'm going back in the day, I'm giving my age now. They'll say, oh, Mamba Valley.
Yes, it still is. We still have them. Yeah.
Okay. And we have my school. And my school always have to, somehow also be part of the action, Veronica. We have the principal, Mr. Harms. How are you doing this evening?
Assalamu alaikum, listeners. Sumaya, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Okay, never see you today. You're quite busy.
Always busy at school, winding down at the end of the year. Lots of submissions.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about Charles Hugo, the dynamics, the learner population? Everyone thinks Charles Hugo is a private school because of the name and it's a quintile 5. But can you tell the listeners what is Charles Hugo?
We are a big school, approximately 1,162 learners in the heart of Sydenham, servicing the communities of Mayville, Cato Crest, as far as Kwadakuza. We are now teaching 3rd generation parents who came to our school in 1994, and the school has just grown over the years, largely due to the fact that I have a team of support staff, dedicated educators, and a governing body who support me immensely in carrying the school to greater heights. So when you drive past and you see the school looking so clean, that's the reason why. It's not me, it's the people that I work with.
He's lying. Guys, he's one of the few principals, and we always have to say that. I think all the staff, so you'll find him on the roof, cleaning the gutters. You'll find him coming out from under a tree, even fixing cars too. So you're a jack of all trades. Yeah, Hillgrove Primary. Yes, Mr. Khan is not here. I know I always have your school, Mr. Harms. I know you are an athlete. Hillgrove Primary, every year they have a whole lot of teachers who partake in the marathon. And it started off with one and they ended up roping another one and another one. And they can't believe they actually do it. So also ran a couple of times, and he's also into fitness. Yeah. So when you all received the news that you guys won,
it was absolutely thrilling and exciting for our principal and staff members. And even for the kids, when we did phone the parents, they were over the moon. I think just to hear the news that your child is receiving a brand new uniform for next year, it creates some sense of excitement in the home as well. And parents were messaging privately to say how excited they were. And it just gives the child a sense of belonging and dignity, when you see them with a brand new school uniform on the new day of school. And it really warms our hearts and the hearts of the families.
And tell me, where about you guys are based, your school?
We in Hillgrove, Newlands West.
Newlands West. In the heart of Newlands?
Yes, in the heart of Newlands.
And your learners are coming from?
So we have vast areas. We have Lindalani, Komashu, there's Inanda and Hillgrove Primary as well. Komashu as well. Yeah.
Okay. And we have, she wrote me very stiff emails that I had to reply. Yes, we have West Park. Femida with an O. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum, alhamdulillah. How are
Alaikum
you?
salam. Tell me, when you guys found out that you all did win the vouchers.
Oh, it just as Jackie explained, we were just as excited, so thrilled. A lot of our learners come from indigent backgrounds and child-headed households, single parents. So I think the learners were super excited. Ruini ma'am, who's here next to me, she actually helped with the motivation. And when we told the principal and the learners, they were so excited. School's closed, by the way. It's not officially closed, but the learners are not coming. But they're so excited to come to school on Thursday, just to come to with us to gyms, just to pick up their new uniforms. And some of them uniforms are like a couple years old. Shoes are bust.
And expensive.
So, uniforms are quite expensive. So this was such a nice opportunity for them. Yeah.
I think parents were so grateful. I know colleagues of mine told me parents were messaging and, they were like, some of them were even in tears because it's like 500 Rand is a lot when you have like more than one child.
Yes.
And, one parent messaged us with 500 Rand, she can buy extra meat for Christmas. And that's the harsh reality. And we have Clairville Primary. Yes. Tell us your name and walaikum
Hi,
salam.
salams. My name is Fatima Ahmad and I'm an educator at Clairville Primary. When our school received the news that we have been selected, many of the learners and educators were in awe. Because of this, these learners' lives are filled with obstacles and financial struggles that we as society and individuals often cannot understand or fathom the challenges that they face. And uniform is not just an outfit, it symbolizes dignity, a sense of belonging, and for many, a doorway to equal opportunity.
Do you know, Mr. Harms, I don't know whether you'll probably know this, and Raymond, Clairville is a very unique school. I think Nelson Mandela visited that school back in the day, and Ibrahim used to teach there before he came to Charles Hugo. And I was just telling the educator from Clairville, there were like 75 learners in a classroom. There were 2 registers, one for the boy and one for the girl. And it was one of the first schools with only foreign learners. Am I correct? Correct.
Yes.
And the dynamics now?
Still the same. We have 57 plus learners in a classroom. Classroom spaces are very small and you cannot maneuver a lot. It's very challenging, especially to work on, there's several learners with learning barriers. So you cannot focus on that specified learner because you've got many in that class to work with. So it's difficult, especially it's not good on the learner's behalf because we as educators supposed to assist with those differences. However, it's challenging on us as well because of the numbers.
Exactly. And you know what? Everyone says that you are from a full-fledged government school and you think your situation is bad and worse. And then when you, 50 plus and in the 70s, and, one tends to challenge how is teaching. I won't even ask about marking books.
Oh,
No one likes that. No one likes that there. Yes, and we also have the deputy principal, Miss Play, Sharon Play. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good, thanks, Maya. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming. I know it was quite stormy and windy, but you're here. Springfield Hindu. Yes, when you received, I know you were so grateful. You were sending me so many praying hands.
Yes, thank you so much, Sumaya. We really do appreciate it, and thank you to Al Ansaar. Yes, our learners do come from previously disadvantaged backgrounds. We are the feeder school to the learners from Jadu Place and the Quarry Road settlements. So for them, they are really ecstatic and they really, really appreciate this gesture.
Yeah. Do you know, for our listeners out there, for the first time, one of the very few times, I think School Matters have educators, principals, governing body members, everyone in a studio. So this is our opportunity to tell the listeners, to tell educators, individuals from private institutions, much more equipped government schools which doesn't know what the challenges are. A simple thing like toilet roll is a challenge, or chalk, or learners just coming to school with food. They tend to take it for granted because they have everything. So let's use this opportunity to tell the listeners out there. And you know what? I've mentioned your school name, so we definitely have listeners who will want to contribute, who will want to sponsor and donate. And, towards the end of the show, you could give your school address and you'll be amazed. It happens all the time where, as you know, there's Ramadan coming. That's the period where the Muslims fast and you have to give zakat. And we have lots of people who want to go and feed the schools. They want to contribute because it's a blessing. So inshallah, I'm looking forward to having that. So what inspired you or your school to submit a motivational letter for your learners?
Oh, so many things. Well, most of our children, we service basically 5 informal settlements around our area. And I would say 90% or more are living in those areas. And when you see them, they come to school with uniforms that are 2 sizes too small, stitched so that, it doesn't tear at the seams, and shoes that are broken. And, our heart goes out to them. Most of the time, teachers are taking out from their own pockets in order to help the kids in any small way. And it's difficult because you can't help everyone. So for us, it was a big thing where even 5 learners is a huge thing for us. And like I said, when the parents found out, they were so excited. They were like, they can't wait, So for us, that was a big thing. Our children really struggle in every way. They depend on us mostly for food every day. So they come to school mostly because they want to have breakfast or a meal for the day. So, learning is like secondary for them. For them, it's survival. And that was one of the biggest motivations for us. Yeah.
Wow. Mr. Holmes, can you share some of the real challenges your learners face daily due to financial constraints, something which someone might just take for granted?
I would say the fact that when we do registration, we find that the majority of the individuals coming to register the children are females. And when they are asked where are the male companions, they are non-existent. Other than that, it's also the grannies and the grandpas that are coming to register the children. So we know the challenges that the households are facing out there in terms of finance. When the children walk into that front gate of the school, we can see how they are dressed, the condition of their shoes and their uniforms. We also have feeding schemes at the school, not government schemes, but private feeding schemes to assist our learners. And just those daily observations are indications as to how and what we need to do to assist and support our learners at school.
And again, the government school has to make it happen on their own. As you all know, DOE is bankrupt. So it's a challenge for principals, all stakeholders for the day to run smoothly. Things which one would take granted in a normal, well-off-to-do school. Hillgrove, Mrs. Pillay. Mrs. Mudley. How do you think these vouchers will make a difference in the learners' lives? When it comes to their ego, their confidence. Because I know when you look at it now, lots of children from government schools, the school shoes are too tight, they're torn, they're wearing tackies. You could see, especially after the October holidays, they fold out in that shirt and you could see it's tight and buttons are missing. So what would you say? How would it make a difference in the learners' lives?
So most of our parents are unemployed and they obviously rely on the social grant, which isn't much. And as you said, the kids come with those uniforms that are not worthy even,
Yeah.
And it's so sad because of they coming from far, from all these areas that are not close to our school. And obviously the kids are coming very early in the morning. They are hungry for education. They are thirsty for education. Kids are in school like 6:30, 6:45 when teachers are not even in school. And it's really sad to see them like on a rainy day or a cold day. Some of them don't have jerseys, don't have a raincoat. And it really breaks your heart.
Yeah.
And I think with these vouchers that they are receiving now, it's really going to do a world of good to them. I actually have a learner in my class who comes from Mshlanga. She used to live in Newlands, but they moved to Mshlanga. And she didn't want to take a transfer because she said she's warm and she's welcome in our school. So the mom sacrifices to send her right from Mshlanga to Hillgrove, to Newlands every day. And while writing the exams, I saw that the child, she didn't want to take out a jersey. It's because her uniform was torn, you know? But she made that effort to come to school. And then I did have a uniform in class and I gave it to her. And the mom, as soon as the child went home, the mom replied, message to say, ma'am, you don't know what you've done for me and as a Kushla. It's, you've worked a miracle in our lives and thank you so much.
And uniforms are not cheap.
It's not.
It's not cheap. And I'm sad to say the quality of the fabric is not the greatest.
Yes.
It's actually the cheapest, but we are paying so much. And that's the
Yes.
harsh reality. Femida from West Park, when writing the motivational letter, what key message did you want us to know and the community to hear what you're saying?
Well, West Park School is a school for learners with intellectual disability. So a lot of our kids, like a lot of the money goes on medication, things like that. So although our school is situated in Queensborough, which is supposedly an elite area, a lot of the learners come from Chatsworth, Merebank, Bluff, Bentworth, Quadribeca, Marion Ridge. So, and a lot come from informal settlements as well. So, like as the other speaker said, they rely on our school for basic things like the nutrition program. So we do run a care and support program, but unfortunately, it can't meet the needs of all the learners that need things like school uniforms and shoes as well. And a lot of the parents are single parents, as I said, so they need the grant, the disability grant, to pay rent and to buy food for the kids. So then a lot of the times uniforms is like secondary and not their primary concern.
Yeah.
So when we heard about this, and principal forwarded me your WhatsApp message, and when we heard that we won, it was like a victory for everybody. Because as ma'am said, even if it makes a difference to one child, it's one child that, is going to be happy and sorted.
Well, as the spokesperson, Mr. Museum Shlambi said, it's 100 families that are being helped.
Of course, yes.
Don't look at it as just a few children each school. It's 100 families which change has taken place in the smallest way. Sharon, in your experience, what are some of the hidden struggles that many people don't realize learners are going through, especially in the government sector?
Well, Sumaya, I think it's a lot to do with the social ills that learners experience, and that is in our communities. I do concur with colleagues that the social grant is minimal. It basically puts food on the table, and it doesn't extend much into the school itself in terms of school fees and their uniforms. And at school we're all about discipline, and part of discipline, obviously, for you to be attired in school uniform, and that would bring about discipline and also confidence in learners with them participating in other schools. So I feel that with the social ills that they deal with, it brings them down. Like we have the child-headed families, orphans and things. So this gesture from your side is greatly appreciated, and it is going to make a difference in the lives of children, because you do see learners, and fellow colleagues will concur with me that there are days when they'll come up to you and say, ma'am, you're looking pretty, and I like this and I like that about you. So I'm sure somewhere along the line they're aspiring to be like us one day.
True.
So it's just that bit of hope that you guys give them that would make a difference in their lives, so that they could be future ambassadors of our country. Thank you.
If everybody do their bit, I think so many issues can be solved. Clairville, how does your school support students or learners who come from financially vulnerable households? Because there's so many households there where simple things like electricity, water, just milk, stuff to eat is not there. So how does your school
Okay, so
supports them?
many of the learners, they come from socio-economic disadvantaged backgrounds, and as well as the informal settlement. So we do have, like many of the educators mentioned, feeding schemes. So we have breakfast in the morning, and then lunch we serve the learners, and then before they leave school, they get a pack of goodies with sandwiches and a loaf of bread and so forth. And we try to accommodate them in all of whatever we can do.
Well, the journey is not easy. Our winning schools wrapping up 2025 school year by giving back initiatives. 100 learners in KZN per winning school will each receive a complete uniform set, whether it's a school shirt, shoes, a dress, or any items which they require for school. A 500 Rand gift voucher. Our winning schools: Centenary High, Springfield Hindu, Clearville Primary, Charles Hugo Primary, Hillgrove Primary, Anjuman, West Park School, and not forgetting Prem Ridge. I think everyone makes a mistake with that there. That's like a tongue twister. We'll be taking a short ad break.
Radio Ansaar, 24/7, 365.
Canute to Nazila is proudly brought to you by Nona's Italian Kitchen, Strata Street Food, and the Magnum Capino Treat Store. Oh Allah, guide me and grant me well-being with those whom you have granted well-being.
اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت.
Canute to Nazila is proudly brought to you by Nona's Italian Kitchen, Strata Street Food, and the Magnum Capino Treat Store. Oh Allah, guide me and grant me well-being with those whom you have granted well-being.
Ciao, amici. Welcome to Nonna's Italian Kitchen. Here, you enter my Nonna Maria's warm embrace. Each dish crafted with love. Ah, fresh herbs, homemade pizza and pasta. It's a family tradition. Come taste our pizza and pastas, made with the finest Italian tomatoes, stone ground flour, and local freshness. Mange. Celebrate life and family around the table with a taste of Italy at Gateway in Mhlanga, Florida Road, Durban, and Nelson Mandela Square, Gauteng. Vi aspetto. I'll be waiting for you.
In South Africa, countless numbers of sick patients leave their homes at the crack of dawn to join long queues at clinics and public hospitals, many of them suffering pangs of hunger in addition to the symptoms of disease. The Al Imdad Foundation's Slice for Life teams deliver sandwiches to these patients at more than 40 hospitals and clinics across the country. Help us to keep on relieving hunger. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
You're listening to School Matters with Sumaya Khan.
Into the night, the whispering winds and the silent seas, world of wonder, speak to me. With the will of Allah, I can hear your mercy call through every rise and fall, in every tear, in every smile, in every joy and trial. The stars still shine and the waves still sing, and praise to everything. There's only one thing I can say, Alhamdulillah, for every day.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to School Matters. Yes, in studio. We need a bigger studio, or probably we'll end up doing what we do normally for the matrix. You know, we started off in studio. Raymond, Veronica, you know, this year we have all the schools with top performing learners and schools which even made 100% pass rate, you'd never expect. And then we had no place in the studio. I think we had at one point like 48 people in the studio, but then we took it to the conference. And this year, January, we're taking it probably to the hall. Yes, our winning schools are wrapping up 2025 school year by giving back initiative. 100 learners in KZN per winning school will each receive a complete uniform set. Well, our winning schools are Centenary High, Springfield Hindu, Clearville Primary, Charles Hugo Primary, Premridge, Hillgrove, Anjuman, and West Park School. Yes, they all are in studio. Anjuman, brother Ismail, we had a good laugh before the break. Veronica, I love teasing you always. Can you tell us the joke? about our brother who's wearing the Islamic garb. Someone would think he's a Mulana or like an Alim or someone. Can you tell us? You're from George Campbell. Everybody
Yes.
knows that.
Apparently, I taught him many moons ago. So yeah, so he's a well-rounded young man, well-educated, and a product of George Campbell.
Product of George Campbell. Alhamdulillah, well done. Do you know what? Every time in School Matters, we always have surprises, and this is a surprise, and you'll be retiring very soon. End of next year. You're not going to pull it maybe a little bit longer.
I would love to. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Ismail, can you tell us, what was the reaction from your learners and parents when they heard your school was selected? I know I informed you quite late in the evening.
Yeah. Well, the next day when we contacted the parents and we informed them that they have won, most of the parents were like over the moon, like they won the lotto or something, if I can put it in that way. They were super excited that this little amount of uniform, at least it makes a big difference to their lives.
Yeah. Raymond, are you still quite stressed? If you don't know, and if you're listening first time to School Matters, but if you're an avid listener, you'll know that Mr. Pillai's better half, Mrs. Pillai, is also an educator, an Afrikaans high school educator, and I teased him. I said, who's doing supper? Because she's busy marking at the moment.
Correct.
And you're a deputy principal at a high school. Stress levels are quite high right now. Did they dip? Did they go a little bit low?
Cooking took care of that.
Veronica is shaking her head. Mr. Harms and all the primary school teachers, I say, you know what? We must be grateful that we're not high school teachers.
Absolutely.
Because I know the stress levels, and it doesn't end because you'll have to wait until the results, and then if you don't perform well or did not achieve those desired marks, you have DOE, the SCMs like scolding you all like little kids.
ICU cases.
ICU cases, yes, ICU cases. Do you know, they always say when primary school principals and management go for meetings and where there's high school, and sometimes they're so shocked how the high school principals and management get shouted by DOE. Is that true? Absolutely true.
Absolutely.
Whoa. Raymond, what role can the broader society play in helping to uplift education and support disadvantaged learners? The broader society, communities. We tend to take that for granted.
Yeah, good evening, listeners. Good evening, Sumaya and colleagues.
What you had for supper?
I cooked herbs.
Healthy.
Watercress.
Oh, wow. And tell me, who cleaned it then?
I cleaned it.
Oh my gosh. Wow, ladies, do you all go home and clean herbs? I know spinach is easy. They don't. But wow, well done.
Yeah, the best compliment I got was from the kids.
Yeah.
Hey, it tastes a little better, a little better than mums.
Wow. And I know you leave school very, very late. So that's hats off to you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's stressful at this time of the year. But you have to just make do. I got some colleagues here, like Sharon was in the high school, now she's in the primary school, and she's smiling at me.
And she got that glow on the face, and she got no stress. It's like, I'm done with schedules. Okay, we're just planning where we're going out to eat.
Yeah. So, broader society, I think they owe it to this education sector.
Yeah.
Especially in Overport, you have a lot of businessmen. I think the schools are divorced from our society. We are just there. We'll make do with what we have, unless you're going for some sponsorships, etc., which is still very difficult. But we have real challenges. If you listen to all the colleagues here, no matter what school you came from, we have children and they have needs. Besides the uniform, so we have the real issue of that hungry. My ma'am said they are hungry for education. They are hungry for food. They have empty stomachs, and you will see this. Yes, we have sponsorships for lunch, and high school children do not like to be seen coming and asking for lunch. So we just leave the box in the foyer. They come quietly, they take a pack, and they go. They will never ask. But we do understand, because they're growing up, they feel it. But I think, colleagues, all of us must agree, and we'll take this moment to applaud Sumaya Khan for what she has done. And it's such a noble action. Just to go back to John F. Kennedy, he said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. And I think that fits you.
Oh, thank you.
Because what you do, this is just one part of it. But highlighting the plight of the child, the families, Mr. Ham spoke about those dysfunctional homes. We come across so many families from there. So knowing that we have all these challenges, we are hoping that the broader society out there acknowledges this, because if they contribute, we will educate the nation. When we educate, then they have careers. Where's the crime? There's no crime. There will be low levels of crime. So it has a knock-on effect. Then I just want to comment on learners who have uniforms and they abuse it.
Yeah, true.
They abuse it, they don't put away. You take a society, a country like Great Britain, America. Look at what they have done. They've introduced the color clothes, no uniform. Those children's attitude, the behavior, it's gone out the window.
Yeah.
So it has a knock-on effect. Yeah, we're still trying to keep our uniforms, etc. And it's some sort of conformity. But your noble gesture, Sumaya, thank you so much. You are part of that broader community.
My thing is collaboration. It's not easy. Like Mr. Harms, like he'll know. I'll tell him I got to do, and he'll say, "Do." You take your hand like you're praying, and you'll say, "Do what you have to do." All of he allowed, being the principal of the school, allowing all of you guys to come to school to pick up the vouchers and to come and pick up the recipient forms, because I can't leave school all the time. But he allows me, I'll tell him, Mr. Thomas, I've just got to go. It's not easy, but I think collaboration is so important for change. And we can't work in isolation. And if we have that collaboration, with the community and educators, I always say, be a Robin Hood if you're from a government school. Steal from the rich and bring it to your school. Steal from the private schools and bring it to your school. And you know what? That works. That works. And another thing, continue nagging people to donate and sponsor. Yeah. And they'll do it eventually because you'll be irritating them. So we all can make change. And, it never ends. It goes on and on. The journey just continues and continues. Veronica, you've been through so much, from everything, from nutrition with the children, from discipline to marks to doing extra lessons on weekends, and you take your subjects really, really serious. What kept you motivated?
I think the passion for working with children.
The passion, even if they're naughty.
Children cannot control their current home situations. It doesn't matter what it is. They cannot control the fact that there's a single parent or a situation at home, maybe abuse or whatever at home. They can't control that. So they come to school in many cases to escape, the crises that are at home. So you see kids that sit there and you can pick up immediately, sometimes when there's an issue, and you can call the kid in and say, what's happening? Quite often, I think we as educators as well, you walk past the kids and you notice. I was just telling Raymond just now, I fix all the boys' pants in the school. I think you know about that. Yeah. So they come in, and by the end, like you said, by the end of the year, the pants is a bit too tight. And then they sit and it tears, and they're very self-conscious about it. But in the end, every child wants to look good. It's their pride in the uniform. And I always say to the kids when they stand and they're in their uniform, I say, you guys don't understand how beautiful you look in this uniform. Everybody looks smart. And that, for me, I think is children making a difference in a child's life.
Sharon, our deputy principal from Springfield Hindu, she said it makes the child who they are, especially when it comes to discipline, behavior, their motivation, encouragement. The uniform, if you go back in time, the uniform told that you came from school, and it contributes to so much. Dinesh, the principal, we go back, gosh, don't even ask. We thought together at SRS, going back in time. Don't say that now, you're giving your age.
40 years ago.
Do you know, Mr. Harms, once I went to Westwood, where all of us love going shopping. He was there having a little cone with ice cream, a soft serve, and there were a whole lot of teachers, like small children going on an excursion, having also had an ice cream, a soft serve. And then he tells me, oh, meet all my teachers. So how do you keep your educators to stay motivated? Being the principal is not easy. Mr. Harms knows, Raymond knows, and other managers, it's not easy because you're dealing with human resources. That's the most difficult thing. How do you keep them happy? We know you give them an ice cream, but what do you do to keep them motivated, especially when there's so much going on in a government school, besides other than the curriculum and the work and the functionality of school? How do you keep your educators motivated and stress-free, and also where they're just getting on and carrying on the day?
Good evening, Sumaya, and good evening, colleagues and listeners. I think, when I became principal in the year 2020, when onset of COVID, it was very challenging. And being a new principal, I think not losing sight of you being an educator first. And I never lost that. I felt that you have to be humble. I'm not saying anyone else is not humble yet, though, but I'm from my point of view, I was humble. And I also dropped their loads. They were teaching like maybe 48, 49 out of 55. I dropped it down to about 42 to keep them motivated. And by the way, something new that I instilled in the school through my SCM, it's when on their birthdays, I give them half a day off.
Okay, wow.
To go home and spend time with their family. So that when I ask them to stay after hours and weekends and stuff like that, they're there. They support me 100%. Having a school like Pembrey Ridge, who used to be in the 1980s, one of the plus schools in the area, one of the first schools that had a pool. But it's really, really, it's suffered through the years. In the year 2022, the flooding that took place, we housed about 87 families at school with no support from anyone. And then the department bussed another 100 children from Inanda and stuff like that to our school with no support. But my staff still rose to the occasion. They still delivered in the classroom. They still, up till today, pushing. And like my HOD said, taking money out from the pockets. And like Raymond indicated, we also got a business and stuff, and we got people cooking. And finally, some word of advice: when you give a child a uniform or give them a brand new school, a pair of shoes, take the old one away, because the parent will take it and sell it and keep the money. So that's something we've learned through the years. So make sure that they put the shoe on in front of you and give you the old shoe.
It's not easy. Mr. Harms, if you could send one message to the learners listening today, regardless of their grade and their age, what would it be?
Thank you, Sumaya, for assisting and supporting us with your initiative. Just like you and your organization are giving back, I feel it's very important that, as we say, the more you give, the more you get. So that must be a learning curve to the learners, that they are receiving where they can. They must reciprocate and give back where they can as well.
That's so important, something small. Raymond, how important is recognition like this for your school and your learners, by winning something?
Today, Sumaya, in life, nothing is free. So when learners get an opportunity to win something, to take part in the competition, etc., and you win, they appreciate it. Our school appreciates it. I think the parents as well. However, as Dinesh said, it must be used and for the right reason. But we want to thank you. We want to show appreciation as well. I think with this initiative, it spurs us to continue. But also in terms of our learners, it's an opportunity that presents itself, and now they must use it to further themselves in terms of education and their lives.
Veronica, if the Department of Education was sitting right here with us in studio, what would you want them to truly understand about the realities your learners face, and what advice would you give them to bridge the gap?
Equipment in the classroom. We need equipment in the classroom.
We need equipment in the classroom.
You can deal with 40 kids, but if there's not enough chairs and there's not enough, like in our cases, technology equipment, it's very difficult to teach. So that would be great. And I think just, it is just, I don't know. I think just motivate teachers. I think teachers are a little bit overburdened at the moment. Sorry, I'm doing, but teachers work extremely hard, and maybe just give the teachers a pat on the back instead of just shouting at us in meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah, do you know? It takes a whole team to make things possible. And for you out there, and just all of us in studio, the Ansaar Foundation started off with an educator, the late brother Riaz Jamal from South Coast Madrasa, and he had a dream with others who were with him who also have passed on. And this project was possible from the board of directors, our chair, Ashfaq Dawood, Sovereign Foods, most of you will know him from Dawood's Chicken, and also Faisal Suleiman, our station manager, who always supports me when it comes to these initiatives, and he'll tell me, yes, go on, do it, you got this, go, yes, I'll be there, I'll just see, do you need anything, and also our CEO, Mr. Sakur, who also comes from a government municipality, he's retired, and they made this possible. And for me, with all my journeys of sponsorship and donations, this was so easy, and yet it was such a large amount of money. And even taking this initiative to Gems Clothing with Mr. Pando, he said, thank you so much, and he'll do the vouchers. And from his side, he also gave us 5,000 Rand as a gift, because I wanted to work with him, because, he's so diligent in what he do. And also looking at the Al Ansar outreach and everyone for the contributions. So if you're listening right now, you heard the schools' names, which I've mentioned. Lots of you got charity to give. Lots of you during Ramadan have your zakat to give. You have so much of donation. It doesn't have to be large amounts. It can even be 100 Rand. It can even be 10 loaves of bread or anything. You choose the school which is near to you, and you contact them, and you say the schools were the school.
Centenary,
Pembury Ridge Primary,
George Campbell,
and Juman.
Charles Hugo Primary.
And we got Springfield Hindu there, and we have Clearville Primary, any other school, Hillgrove Primary. Yes, so you can contribute something. I wish this show could just go on and on. So I'll definitely be seeing you guys on Thursday, 9 o'clock. We have our station manager. That's Mr. Faisal Suleiman out there. We can give him a royal wave over there. We'll be seeing him on Thursday. I'd like to thank our tech, Asi, for making the show possible. And a huge congratulations to each and every one of you. You've done something truly special. And yes, as I said, it takes not one, but it takes a whole lot of people to ensure that we achieve our goal. May the Almighty bless you for making sure that someone else's child is loved, supported, and cared for. That's the heart of our community. And today, you've shown it. From me, Sumaya Khan, till next week. Assalamu alaikum.
It's the best way to purify your heart. Oh, that's the power of remembering Allah.
You are listening to School Matters with Sumaya Khan.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
An informative Islamic global perspective. This is Al Ansar News.
Making news this hour, the 2nd of December, the news from Durban 90.4 FM, Pietermaritzburg 15.6 FM. MEC of Finance says that